Hi everyone, this is Parinsha. This session is for the new return mechanism or the change in the existing mechanism for filing GST return. Many taxpayers wondering that why it is important because there were so many loopholes in the GST return filing system, and through this new mechanism the department has tried to address all of those loopholes, and I am very hopeful that this time it will work well. So let us start with the series of notification. I want to talk to you about important changes or amendments that are going to be effective from 1st January 2021. These amendments are notified by the notification number 94 oblique 2020 that was released in a 22nd December 2020. And also these are the changes that will be being to effect from 1st January 2021, and we have to take care that we comply with these provisions. So the first provision or first amendment that they have made in a rule 21A, under the rule 21A the GST registration can be cancelled or suspended under the CGST rule. So under this rule, tax officer have a rights to cancel or suspend your GST registration under the following cases. Please give your attention here because you should know in a which situation where your registration shall be cancelled or suspended by tax officer. First, major discrepancy between GSTR 3B, GSTR 1 and GSTR 2B. Second, utilization of ITC from electronic ledger, electronic credit ledger to discharge more than 99% of the tax liability for specified taxpayers. Third and the last, a taxpayer has not filed GSTR 1 due to GSTR 3B not being filed more than 2 preceding months, 1 quarter for those who opt in a QRMP scheme. So let us take an example. Now we are in a month of November. If you have not filed the GSTR 3B return for the month of September and October, so you cannot file the GSTR 1 for the month of November. The second amendment that they have made in a rule 36 sub rule 4, rule 36 subsection 4, as we know this, restrict the ITC that taxpayer is allowed to claim. The government has said that anybody who wants to claim the ITC can claim only 10%. 10% more than the ITC that is available in your GSTR 2A. That they are clarified. Now that limit has been reduced to 5%. 5% more than that what your supplier has uploaded, which is visible in a GSTR 2A or GSTR 2B, whichever we follow. Also, they have included in this one, they have included in the rule 36 subsection 4 all those invoices that are furnished via income furnishing facility, that is called IFF. So that will also be included for claiming the ITC. So let us take an example to understand this notification or amendment in a very simple way. If you have a book the total ITC rupees 1 lakh in your books of account for the month of January, but in a GSTR 2A and GSTR 2B only rupees 60,000 shown on a GST portal, means some of your vendors not file the GST return on a time or they will file afterwards. So first of all, please note it down amount which is available in GSTR 2A or GSTR 2B. It's rupees 60,000. So you can claim fully in the same month. Now we have a calculation about provisional credit. As per the notification, you can claim provisional input tax credit only the extent of 5% of the eligible credit available in GSTR 2A. So rupees 60,000 at the rate 5%, rupees 3,000. So you can claim rupees 3,000 and also rupees 60,000. So because 60,000 is already available on a GSTR 2A portal, so you can claim total ITC rupees 63,000 and the balance amount, because as per the books you have booked 1 lakh as a ITC, but you claim only 63,000 in this month. So balance amount of rupees 37,000 you have to deferred credit till the supplier file the return. Now the third amendment that they have made in this rule, subsection rule 59, subsection rule 4. Notwithstanding anything contained in this rule, a registered person shall not be allowed to furnish the detail of outward supply of goods or services or both under the section 37 in a form GSTR 1 if he has not furnished the return in a form GSTR 3B for the preceding 2 months. So let us understand this notification and amendments in a very simple way. Why department has put this restriction on a taxpayer? Because many taxpayer, what they have done, they have filed the GSTR 1 but they have not filed the GSTR 3B. As we know that we have to file the GSTR 3B with the payment. So many taxpayer not file the GSTR 3B and file only the GSTR 1. So department has mitigate this issue and come out with the solution like put this restriction on taxpayer that you have to file the GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B, and if you have not filed the GSTR 3B for the last 2 months, then you cannot file the GSTR 1 for the current month. So another major and big change that is going to impact a lot of taxpayer is introduction of rule 86B. This rule is restricting the ITC that can be utilized for the taxpayer whose taxable supply in a month exceed rupees 50 lakh rupees. For the taxpayer, the limit up to which they can claim the ITC is 99% of the tax liability. So for example, on a liability of taxable supply of rupees 50 lakh, so if your tax liability is 2.5 lakh rupees, assuming 5% tax rate of your tax, then paying that 2,50,000, you can only avail ITC up to 99% of this total 2,50,000 rupees. This means at least 1% of your tax liability is to be paid in a cash, that is through a bank transfer. So this is very big change that will have to be taken care of. A lot of taxpayer that there is a limitation, that is a restriction on the amount of ITC that can be utilized. However, there are some relaxation or there are some people for whom this will not made applicable. The first in this category are those taxpayers who have paid more than 1 lakh rupees as income tax in the last 2 financial years or the last 2 income tax returns that were due. For a proprietor, if it is the proprietor who should have paid more than 1 lakh rupees of income tax for a partnership firm, at least 2 of partners should have paid more than 1 lakh rupees. For the company should be managing director and so on and so forth. And another person who will not be impacted by this, those taxpayers who have claimed refund of more than 1 lakh rupees in a previous financial year, either on a supply of export, that zero rated supply, or inverted duty structure. Also, one more group of people that are exempt from this law or this provision are those taxpayers who have in a cumulative paid more than 1% of the tax liability in a cash from beginning of the financial year. For example, from April to November, if I have paid more than 1% of my tax liability in a cash, then I will not be required to comply with this provision. Also, they have a give exemption to public sector undertakings, government authorities, PSUs, local authorities, statutory bodies, and they are also exempted from this provision. Also, they have a given power to commissioner to exempt certain people from this restriction. Like the commissioner can remove this restriction if it deems fit for some taxpayers. So these are the major important changes that are going to be made effective from January 2021. If it is important to communicate, if you are CA, communicate to your clients, and if you are a business person, please take care that you comply with this provision. If you really like this video, please do comment and subscribe our channel. And if you have any doubt about related to GST or any other, you can same ask in a comment section below. Thank you. Jai Hind.